If you're like most business owners that I know, you're probably stuck in one of two situations right now. Either you're spending way too many late nights copying and pasting data from one system to another, or you have absolutely no clue what your business metrics are because you have your data scattered across different platforms. Does this sound familiar? Well, in my experience, this is pretty common with most growing businesses, and over the last few years, I've helped a bunch of people get their businesses from a place where they're constantly having to do spreadsheet work to a place where all their processes are fully automated and their business is almost 100% scalable. And I realize that getting from where you're at now to a place where all your processes are automated might be extremely daunting, which is why I'm making this video explaining how to go from having no automated processes to having everything fully automated without spending a ton of money or a ton of time right off the bat. But before we get tactical, let's talk about what we're actually trying to achieve here. I want you to imagine waking up every morning and being able to check a business dashboard that you didn't make that shows data, including the last leads you got in the past hour. Your Facebook ads costs are automatically synced up with your CRM, your customer support requests integrate with your sales pipeline, and every other system in your business talks to every other system without you having to play middleman. And this sounds great, but I want you to realize that this is not just about saving time. Though you'll save tons of it and get your sanity back, it's about transforming your business from where it's at now to becoming a tech-enabled business. And let me tell you, that distinction is worth a lot of money when it comes to the valuation of your business and your ability to sell. See, when I consult with business owners who are looking to sell, the typical service business with all manual data processes will usually be bought at 2 to 3 times the annual profit. But on the other hand, the ones that are tech-enabled, the ones that have all these manual processes automated, they usually go for between 5 to 8 times their annual profit. And for some of you watching this, that distinction is worth millions of dollars. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds amazing, but where do I even start? Everything is so overwhelming to me. I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step approach that any business owner can implement starting today. I'll show you how to start with low-hanging fruit when it comes to automating things in your business that will allow you to have more time to keep automating until you work all the way up through every process in your business that you or someone on your team is currently doing manually. So to begin this process, the first thing I want you to do is to sign up for a Zapier.com or Make.com account. These are both automation platforms that don't require any ability to code. And when you sign up for these, the free plans are good to start with. Eventually, you'll have to pay as you're doing more and more automation in your business, but I'll remind you that the money spent on these platforms is usually going to be way less than the amount of money that your time or your team's time is costing you. And next, what you want to do is just go into Zapier and look through all of the different tools and systems that they have available for you to integrate. I guarantee that you'll be surprised at how many of your current tools are already available for use in Zapier. So for the tools that your business is currently using, go into them one at a time in Zapier and look at all the different triggers and all the different actions you can do, and think about different ways to automate the manual processes that you're currently doing. And so this is where I would recommend being really practical. Focus only on one specific task at a time, and you're probably going to want to focus on your most painful one first. This is probably something that's going to involve using spreadsheets or copying data from one system to another. Whatever it is, map out the process of what you're doing manually right now, what triggers the process, and what data gets moved where. Then you can go in and recreate that same flow in Zapier. And if you get stuck or you're not sure entirely how to automate these processes in Zapier, then I would recommend looking on Upwork for a Zapier expert overseas, and they're usually available for around 15 to 30 bucks an hour. They can usually set up these automations in a fraction of the time that it would take for you to do it yourself. And then once your first automation is running smoothly, move on to the next manual process in your business. Maybe it's generating weekly reports or again, copying data from one system to another. But regardless, the key here is to build momentum. Each process that you automate frees up more time to spend automating the next one. And before you know it, you'll have eliminated hours and hours of work for yourself a week, having more and more time freed up to work on things in your business that actually drive growth and profitability. And so you keep doing this repeatedly, and the growth will snowball until you have two new problems. First, your Zapier bill will be really high. When you're running dozens of automations, the Zapier plan required to support those can get pretty expensive. And secondly, you will probably find some limitations on the integrations that Zapier has available. Maybe you need more complex transformations of your data, or you need to connect tools that are not available to use in Zapier. At this point, you have two options. The first option is to go out and hire a developer or a data engineer who can come in and piece by piece replace all of your Zapier integrations with more cost-effective solutions. And the second option would be to partner with a company like mine who specializes in these custom automations and data integrations. We've already solved these problems for dozens of businesses, and we can guide you through the final stages in becoming a tech-enabled business. Each business is a little bit different when it comes to this stage in its growth. By the time you reach this step, you'll have automated around 80% of your manual data processes and are seeing massive benefits in time savings and scalability. So when you get to this stage in your business growth, feel free to click the link in the description and connect with me and my team. We will either point you to some resources that can help you or discuss how we might be able to solve it for you.